That's just great. Eric and Matt back with a new episode. We return from our mini little hiatus because we're going to address the elephant in the room, the not so big elephant, because who honestly gives a shit as to where we've been. But Maddie, of course, how we've been doing.
Well, dude, it has been a crazy couple of weeks, man.
Yeah.
It's been wild. But it's been good. It's been good. A lot of good memories. I was in Mexico. I was in Arizona. I was in Utah. I was in Atlanta for a little hot second.
Wait, really? So the time in between us recording, you've been around all these places? I thought it was just
I've been on a little world tour, dude, across the country.
Damn, I had no idea. I was out in Florida. Looks like you showed me up though.
Dude, it was cool. It was cool, you know. Got a little getaway, you know. This year's been a little hectic, so I was like, dude, this is what I needed. Recharge, reorganize, you know. Dude, we came back feeling pretty good. We're feeling kind of crazy, but like not manic, so that's cool.
Yeah. So that's good. That's something you needed. I definitely needed to go to Florida with Becca and just experience Disney again for like the 18th time, but it really doesn't get old. It's just the vibes there.
It does.
Bro, the vibes there.
I'm gonna disagree with you there.
The vibes there are good. Depends how you look at it. I've never gone there and just been like, oh, I'm tired of this shit. Like, no. Like you may get tired of the walking 10,000 steps per day and waiting on lines for a little bit, but the payoff is pretty great. And then if you're having a good time, and it's the first time I drank around the world at Epcot with Becca.
See, I think what it is because you went to Disney World and I've been to Disneyland like enough times where I just like I'm like walking up to the ride and I'm like, I don't even care anymore, dude. Like this is like not even it.
I heard Disneyland, ain't it?
It isn't. It like totally just isn't. It's it's but like, you know, you've never been there, so just go there one time. Go to California Adventure. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, and what we did this time around, they had this new Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Epcot. So we rode that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fire roller coaster. And we also went on the new Tron ride. So some new things going on. And on top of that, we got to trek around the world. And actually, we never even got to around the world.
How far did you get? How far did you get?
It started pouring, and the last place we needed to get to was Canada.
Oh, and I got beef with Canada right now.
I think we all got beef.
It's not their fault, you know. If you guys didn't know, the apocalypse is going on right now. You know, the sky is ominous as hell. You know, don't go outside right now. If you're on the East Coast, don't go outside.
Yeah.
Don't be outside.
If you're not informed by these Canadian wildfires going on, it's really destroying the air everywhere in the East Coast, especially over here. And I was in the city earlier today because that's where I work. And looking out the window, it's orange outside. Orange outside.
You know, like orange is my favorite color, but like this is a little too much orange for me.
Yeah, this is we're gonna get some type of sickness within the next year because of this thing.
I woke up, dude. The sun is like, you know how the sun's like a nice, like welcoming yellow.
Yeah,
it was like ominous red, and I'm like, yo, we about to die. Like, am I really gonna go to work and die right now?
Yeah, bro. It literally looks like. It looks like people think it's like the Breaking Bad filter or like the Walking Dead orangey filter. That like that's literally what it looks like. But I know, but you have to realize too, people in the West Coast, they got to deal with that stuff going on in California almost like every couple years.
Every year.
So dude, when you see those pictures, they're like red at like 6 a.m. It's like red, totally red outside.
Dude, so Californians are like, that's just like a common thing. You know, like how we have hurricane season? They just have like wildfire season. Like when I lived in Arizona, the fires were so bad that in Arizona, like the sky looked just like that. So I was like, am I in Arizona right now? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I know. I'm sure this is new to a lot of people. It's definitely like something like, dude, I got off the train yesterday and this is when it kind of started. So at the time of this recording, it's June 7th. This is like today has gotten like really bad. It's kind of like too noticeable, hard to miss. But yesterday, I'm oblivious and an idiot. So I get off the train and I smell like the smoky air, but I'm just like, oh, that's just the train smell. And then I go home. And like Becca's texting me, it's like, are you seeing this outside? She's like, I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, it's literally like it's like foggy out here. It's like all smoky. The air is all weird. Like, you know, and then I'm just like, nope, didn't see it. so I was just
blinders are just on, dude.
Yeah, blinders are on. Dude. But today was hard not to notice. I went down in the elevator to the lobby to leave work, and you just smell the smoke in the hallway. And it's just like, can you believe like how far this thing is like covering?
So the downwinds are just
it's weird. It happened all the way in
us.
Canada and it just flew all the way to us. Nuts.
Yeah, it's the wind. It's the wind, bro. It's the wind.
Man.
It's not like I think there's like one forest fire like going down like on in the south, but like that's just like one. But like apparently it's so bad. I didn't even know Canada had forest fires. I thought it was just cold up there the whole time.
I had
And I
no
know I
idea
sound
either.
really ignorant right now, but like still,
No,
like
literally had
think about
no
it.
idea.
In like the 20 years, like whatever plus years we've lived in New Jersey, have you ever seen anything like this? No.
No, never. I just ran into this picture on Twitter just now saying when the advertising is too relevant and it was showing like the new Diablo game, but in the background it's literally orange in the back.
Oh my, no, seriously, dude. I was like, where the
It was
horsemen
literally
at?
it was sepia tone for a good
Sepia.
sepia tone. Sepia or sepia? How do you say it? Sepia
Let us
tone?
know in the comment. I say sepia, but I didn't know it's called sepia. Like,
At like
there's like tone at the end of it.
2 p.m. today was completely just red. And I'm like, of course, I'm in the one place where the air quality is at its worst. But
Yeah, dude. I was
you
like,
see people outside throwing masks on, bro. I throw my mask on to get to my my train today.
dude, I thought about it. I was just like, fuck, I'm gonna be outside for a little bit. Might as well, because like they were like comparing it to being like if you're like exposed long enough, it's like smoking like 6 cigarettes in a day. Like that's fucked.
Yeah. I just ran across this other tweet, dude. It's just it won't stop. This person tweeted, "New York skies yellow from a wildfire?" Question mark. Doesn't even compare to Portland's blood orange skies in the 2020 wildfire. LMAO. This was bad. And then somebody quote tweeted it saying, "Treating wildfires like a Braun/MJ debate."
Oh my god.
It's just like we're comparing wildfires now. That's where we're at. Everything's.
I mean, they're all pretty bad, dude. Like, like it sucks, bro. Like, people like live there and shit. Like, people losing their homes. Like, animals are dying and shit. Like,
yeah.
All these trees are just going up in flames, dude. I remember I was in California and we drove by this like hill, right? And on one side, all the grass is dead. We go to the other side, charred. Just charred, dude. Like I was like, holy shit! It was like Genghis Khan had like just come through there and burned everything to the ground.
It's just wild how like it's bad, and I noticed this yesterday too. But again, I was oblivious, so I didn't even think about it. When you open the weather app, and it's just giving you like a whole air quality map and how shitty it is in your area, and
Dude,
literally just saying it says the word hazardous on it. It's in like it's like a meter, and it's like all the way on the worst.
It's like red. It's red, bro. It's like right now the air pollution in like our area is worse than it is in like places like India or like Bangladesh or whatever.
Fuck off, man. This is nuts.
Like where I lived in Arizona, like the air quality advisories were like so common. So like I guess it never bothered me before, but like I usually check the app when I get ready for work and I'm like, why do I have an air quality like advisory? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, I know. Well, I just had my AC on for a little bit just because it's sweaty season. We've gone over this before. Not going to do it again. So when I got home, I threw the AC on. And I like kind of smelt it coming out of like the air vent I got going on here. So I'm just like, do I shut this thing off or am I cool? Because it might has a filter up in that thing.
Oh, dude, I had a question. How often do you change your air filters in your apartment?
It's like a vent that's like attached to the wall. So I don't know if I'm supposed to change it or I call somebody to change it.
You're supposed if depending on your unit, you're supposed to change it like once a month or some shit like that.
Damn, son.
Pro tip to anyone that lives in an apartment, change that shit often.
Yeah. May have to look into it.
Especially
Luckily,
if you got pets.
Luckily, I'm in a brand new apartment, so I think I'm in the clear.
Yeah, I've been to your apartment. I don't think you have what I'm talking about though. Like you don't have central AC, right?
No, I don't know if you saw it, but there's like the vent, like all
like that one unit.
Against the wall.
If you have central AC, change the filter for that once a month.
Yeah. Well,
but like I'm sure you could clean the filter on that or something like that.
Considered central, I guess, because
it's just one. It's like an in-wall unit.
Yeah, pretty much. That thing works though. It'll cool down a room in like 5 seconds. God bless.
You ever see those air conditioners that you have to put like ice in it?
No, that's a thing.
Dude, yeah, like so in the Philippines, that's like a common thing where like you have to put like ice in the shit and you have to like connect it to like this vent that like connects to your window and shit. Also, I walked outside yesterday and I was like, I feel like I'm in the Philippines because it smells just like it. Just fucking shit burning everywhere.
Ew, it's literally
Dude,
the worst.
Was so bad.
Literally the worst. I was starting to get nervous before leaving work because my friend that I work with, he went to go get lunch, came back, and he was like asking, like, like because somebody else went outside too and was like, "Do your eyes hurt?" And they're like, "Yeah, they do." And I'm just like, "Damn, bro, am I gonna like stay here overnight? I can't go back out there. No way."
Yeah, like usually I wear contacts, but I was like, dude, my eyes feel like sandpaper with these things in it.
Probably a good move. Probably a good move.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's right around the season 2, and like I visited my parents on Mother's Day, where they're like they now have like 3 AC units on the first floor, and I'm like, and I'm waiting till like before like I leave for them to ask me to just
Chuck a new one up.
pick these up and put them upstairs, and I'm just like, don't want to.
Yo, when you pick things up, do you lift with your back or your legs?
I remember for the longest time I used my back, but now I'm very, very, very much aware to use your legs when you're like a first lift off. Like you better be feeling it in your knees, not just like putting it all towards your back.
Yeah, pro tip, y'all. Lift with your legs, not your back, dude.
Well, I used to
slip a disc.
I used to learn that back in high school. We had to like flip a tire, like workouts and stuff, and it was like a much heavier tire, and it's almost like it's one of those tires where just like how can like a human like flip this thing? So when I was trying to flip it, I saw like people that were like weren't like didn't look as strong as I was, like a little skinnier, able to flip it. But for me, I couldn't flip it. That's because I was just using my back. It's just like all in like you have to go like a 45-degree angle and like lift it with your legs, and that's the only way you're gonna get it up. But the whole time I was trying to use my back. Not the way to go.
Dude, take care of your backs, y'all. Wear a back brace if you need to. There's no shame in that.
Some people do have some shame in that. But I mean, people do look badass when they're doing the deadlifts, and then they like unstrap it when they're done.
No, dude, I will like straight up. If you ever ask me to move something heavy, I'm bringing my belt because like I'm not about to blow my back out in the middle of the stairs and die.
No, bro, not worth it. I had a bulging disc and I was crying like a baby. Imagine like an actual like loose disc back there, and you got to like get that shit taken care of. I'm long overdue for going to a chiropractor though. I got to go to a chiropractor that makes those like weirdly sexual videos and puts like a lav mic. Puts like a lav mic.
Like some ASMR shit.
Yeah, and they're like, there it is. And I'm just like, what? Am I watching like chiropractic videos or this porn?
Yo, some of them have like a chisel that they take to your neck. And I'm like, there's no way I'm letting you near me with this.
I've seen videos of the chisel and people put them like near their ass, and like they're like I don't know what that is, and I never got like a full explanation, but apparently it's normal. I don't know.
Dude, this one time I was getting a massage, like, and I think I was like 13 or 14, and I went with my dad. Like, we're in the Philippines too, and I remember like I had like some stomach issues at the time, so I was really gassy. And she's like, it was like a Swedish massage, so it's like violent. Like she's like fucking me up, dude. Yeah. But like it felt kind of good. And she got to this one point where she like pressed down on like my back, and I was like, the gas has got to go. Like I'm gonna explode, dude. This is bad.
What do you think of those? No, go ahead. You're good.
She didn't say a single word, and she just kept going. And my dad's like kind of near me. He's just like, what the fuck is that smell, dude? And this lady's just like cold blooded, like just no reaction.
Wait, what do you mean it smelled? She pressed on your back, and then you just let it out?
The gas had to come out, bro. I had no control. She like hit the eject button or something. And I was like, oh my God.
She found the pressure point. She found the right pressure point.
I walked out of there like 2 inches taller, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of those like those Y straps that they put around your neck and they like yank you? And then like your whole like top of your spine is like stretched out?
Is it for like posture?
It's literally you yeah, but it's you laying back. They tie a thing around your neck and they like pull it. So you get like the whole thing.
You just lay down for a couple hours. It'll do the same thing. Like,
dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I lay flat on my back, like on the floor, like just for funsies. By the way, like laying on floors is the best, especially if you have the right carpet. It's like you can be there for hours. Like, don't underestimate the floor. Dude. Like when somebody's like, yo, like when you don't have like a sleeping bag or like an extra bed and you're chilling in your boy's room, like or like your friend's room or something like that, and you're staying the night. Floor, I'm cool with the floor. Yeah, you don't got to worry about me. Give me like 3 pillows, I'm set.
Dude, so like my thing with sleeping on the floor is like in my head I'm like I can sleep anywhere, like if I'm drunk enough. It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. And I remember our one friend, we went out with him for his birthday, right? And we're like having a good time. I don't know if I've talked about this actually. I come out the bathroom, I see him across the room. Just no thoughts, he's gone. And I'm like, oh no, like he's not looking good. Like man down. So I'm like giving him water. And I'm like, this isn't working, dude. Like, and this dude's like 6 feet tall, and I'm just like, fuck me, dude. Like, and we're like in the city, so like we somehow managed to get him in an Uber, and we get him all the way to my house, right? And I'm just like, dude, I think I'm gonna have to sleep on the floor, man. Because I tucked him into my bed, and I was just like,
You're like, I'm sleeping
dude,
on my
I'll
own
just sleep
floor.
on the floor, dude.
You're a good
My back
friend,
felt
man.
great after though, dude.
You're a good
Back
friend.
did feel good. Dude, I
Yeah,
ride
because you
for my
put the team on
homies.
your back, bro. Put the team on your back.
Dude,
No, but I was mentioning
I
before,
try,
just
I try, man.
yeah, just to bring it full circle, I'll lay on the floor sometimes. My back will hurt because I think it's like going back to being straight, and so it's like a bit of like awkward like adjustment, kind of, because you're laying like on the flat floor instead of a bed
Yeah.
that's like conforming to your body or whatever. But yeah, no, I would kill to be in one of those videos. Anybody like who has a chiropractic TikTok that just so happens to be listening to this, I will gladly come in for free. Don't even ask what my insurance is. Just fucking crack my back for the content. I think it's an even exchange.
I don't think insurance covers that.
I don't think so either, which is even crazier. Dude, chiropractor, like I don't even like I'm not gonna speak on anything, but like I know like it's not like an actual like doctorate thing or like medical field. I think they just study the whole spine and they're just like, all right, let's crack it out. I don't know. I may have just spoke out of school there, but I don't know.
Well, let us know in the comments, I guess.
Yeah, let us know because I'm probably totally misinformed. So back to this whole fire situation, right? There was a tweet posted by Pixar. Did you see this?
Obviously not.
Yeah, so Pixar posted a promo poster for their new movie Elemental. Maybe you've seen some of the commercials for it at a bar or in your house somewhere. It's just like, like the elements, water, fire, and stuff like that. They
like
posted
Avatar.
They posted the fire character of the movie on this poster with the caption, quote, "Unleash your wildfire side with this burning red poster straight from Element City," quote, end quote. And
terrible timing.
Yeah, you had everybody in their mind, and you had everybody in their mom reply to it, saying like, "Yo, what?" Like, when it's like, "Come on, bro, terrible timing," and you could just tell that they definitely scheduled that like a month ago and just didn't know.
No, yeah, I was about to say like they definitely just they came up with it months ago, and they were like they didn't probably realize it was wildfire season for some places. Like they were just like, it's a good tweet. Like we're gonna send it out. Poster's cool.
But they left
I was
this
gonna
tweet.
say fire, but I thought that was too soon.
They left this tweet up for like a hot minute. But here's my thing. I replied to it. By the way, if you don't follow me on Twitter, it's Eric Salas, ERICSALESS on there. If you want to follow my Twitter, I just reply to tweets and just say what's on my mind. I think that's how to keep Twitter fun at the moment. Instead of reading some negative stuff, I can make myself laugh in the process. So if you're into stuff like that, please go check it out. I quote tweeted Pixar's tweet from their account of that poster. I said, "Read the room." And last I checked, after I replied to it, they deleted it. So I think I'm what triggered Pixar to delete it.
Dude, and I really were just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. I was the last straw. They were just like, we gave this enough hours on there to see if we can get away with this. We can't. But this dude out in smoky Jersey got it taken down because he said, "Read the room." And you know what sucks? It's one of those tweets where it's like, if they did leave it up, I would hope it got around enough. Like, you know how like you see the random tweets that have like 184,000 likes on it? Like one of them just pops off. That's the one I was going to hope it popped off. Unfortunately.
Nah, dude.
Pixar,
it's a big company. Of course, they're going to delete it, of course, dude. They got to stay PC.
Yeah, got to stay PC.
Like I bet it's like just an intern that just monitors the comments or whatever. And he probably was like, guys, they pointed something out. I thought that was crazy, but like that shit takes a while to get like all the way up there.
Not faulting Disney Pixar here. I know they're on a little bit of a downfall, but what they do deserve some shit for is, I'm not sure if you saw this, but there's this, old story that's 100% true of this lady that worked at Disney Pixar, and the movie Toy Story 2 just so happened to delete off of like the main computer, off of like a mistake. And they didn't have any backup files or anything. But luckily, this woman that was working from home that worked for them had a backup on her hard drive, and they were able to save Toy Story 2. And, now we have that great movie to see forever for the rest of our lives. They just let go of that woman this week.
That's fucked up, man.
Probably earned the company billions of dollars just piggybacking off that movie. And she saved the day, and that's what she gets for it. So loyalty does not exist.
Well, dude, just remember, in the company's eyes, you're just a cog in the machine. So, like,
you're a number.
Exactly, dude. That's what you know. It's you do whatever you want, man. I would have just been like, delete that movie, bro. Like, fuck it, it's gone forever.
She probably got let go, and after was like, you know what? Maybe I should have fucking not spoke up and see if they still would have kept me after all these years.
Yeah, just be like, if you let me go, I will destroy Toy Story 2. Like,
Yeah.
you will not have it
Yeah.
anymore. Like, no one will be. No, there will be no continuity whatsoever.
Yeah, she's like, if I had a time machine, my God, you guys would have no idea.
Oh, dude. Speaking of movies, have you seen the new Spider Verse movie? Have you seen it?
Just saw it, bro, on Sunday with Becca. We went out. I was like, I need to see this movie. I saw like 15 million good things. I'm like, I fucking knew it because I love the first movie, and there was a part of me that was nervous because like Sony has made pretty bad movies over the years, both like live action and like animation. So I was like,
Mhm.
all right, maybe it was just a one off, and then I quickly see that everyone's just like, this is even better than the first one, and these days it's harder to have a good sequel. Went out and watched it. I loved it. I could look at that type of animation for hours. Just hours.
Dude, they were
so good.
they were like, we have to. These movies are going to be shitty because we have this one movie that is just going to redeem it all, and if we put all our energy, it's going to pay off. And like, yeah, I've seen so much of it on TikTok where I feel like I kind of saw the movie, but like, dude, there's the art style and like it's Spider-Man, and not just one Spider-Man. You get a bunch of Spider-Man. Come on, dude, like. That's printing money right there.
Yeah, I know. The Spider-Verse, and obviously with animation, you can do whatever the hell you want. So even better, whoever came up with that idea. I remember when I first saw like a teaser for the first one, I'm just like, maybe isn't this like weird, like timing or whatever? But like it's like the more you like look at it, it's like its own independent thing, and like they pretty much like tie it to everything, so they could leave it open ended for whoever wants to like make the connections to it. But so dope, man. And like I saw that it took them like 4 years to make one sequence out of this movie. And I was like, damn, dude, 4 years?
I can't imagine looking at one sequence for 4 years, like 5 days out of the week. And you probably take this thing home too, like just constantly looking at it.
Dude, I can't even like sit there and look at something for like more than like a minute. If it's not like, like, and like imagine doing like going over and over in your brain and doing the same thing over and over and just like
not just
critiquing
that,
it
like
and
you go
fixing it over
frame
4
by
years.
frame,
Frame
dude.
by frame, man. Nuts. Crazy.
I
don't think we'll ever wrap our heads around the type of movie that they made. I don't think we ever will. Because it's wild the way they edited that thing.
Yeah, dude. Like,
did you watch it though? Did you end up watching it?
No, I want to watch it this weekend, but I remember I saw a TikTok. They were talking about Spider-Punk, which is like one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man.
Bro,
and they
you're
were
gonna
saying
love him in this movie. Love him.
They were
awesome.
they were saying that like, yeah, if you notice throughout the movie, like his style is like never like just like, I don't know how to explain. His animation's not just one thing.
It's different animation.
It's different like every fucking time.
Yeah, the way he moves. So so it's just crazy how everybody has their own separate animation. So I'm excited for you to watch that for sure. When you do go watch it, you got to let me know because I realized something. Well, Becca showed me an article that she found. This is after we watched the movie. It was on her computer, and it was saying apparently people were not complaining, or people were starting to notice that that the new movie that came out may not have like the best sound mixing because they found it like hard to hear. And I'm like, that's interesting because when we were watching it, like at the beginning of the movie, you'll see it, not to spoil anything, but you're going to see as to why it might be like hard to hear. So I guess they mixed it weirdly, but you let me know if you felt the same way.
How did they work on this movie for 4 years and like they have a dedicated sound team and they didn't catch that? I bet it's because they listened to it in a different way.
Okay. Spoiling it a little bit, it's inner dialogue that they like put extra reverb on, and it just like didn't. It sounded like muffled, and you could barely kind of like hear it. It was that kind of thing.
Like, was it like a spider? Was it like a spider sense thing?
No. It was just at the beginning. They were just speaking in their head, and then and it's just like you could have just had it as like the regular voice with like a little bit of like echo, but to put like this much effects on it, like, all right, chill out. I can't hear it.
So there's some like 808s in there. You're like, what the fuck are you saying?
It's like, what was that? Like, are they speaking or is this a Kanye beat?
Oh my god, dude! I really want to watch that movie.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is like, I'm starting to really like Becca has like kind of a hatred for movie theaters just in general. She kind of enjoys watching movies in the comfort of her home. But for this movie in particular, I'm like, I need to buy the tickets. We need to go see it because I'm not waiting. And I'm tired of people saying how good it is. Like, I need to go see it for myself ASAP. So we did that. And I'm starting to get it. At first, I was like, I don't mind going to movie theaters. But then it turns into there's people that just sit wherever they want. because there's like you got to go buy your ticket and buy your seats. Like it's like this isn't the olden days. You can't just pull up, grab a ticket, and sit wherever. Like, oh, you got to secure a seat, and that's your seat. And so in the middle of the beginning of the movie, these people are like, "What seat is this?" And they like have the flashlight like this, and they're just like, "Yeah, this is like nine and 10,
like G9 or some crap like that."
They're like, "This is where our seat is. You're sitting in our seat," and then they're like trying to like work it out. I'm like, "This is supposed to be done before." Or if anything, like, I don't know. I don't know how to make
Remember when they had the ushers that would just tell you where to sit or whatever?
Yeah, that'd be fire. So that's pretty
Dude,
fire.
and like that is like one of the like top 10 like worst interactions is like having to tell someone you're like they're in your seat, like on an airplane, at a game, like at the movie theater. Like I'm like, guys, we know damn well they tell you what seat you're sitting in before you even walk through these doors. Why are we acting like you're so surprised? Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, it's either you're like dumb as fuck or you meant to sit there.
Yeah,
pick
it's
one.
Just like now you're not just conveniencing the people that are trying to like inconveniencing the people that are trying to get in their seat that they paid for, but everybody else too, because now they got to hear your whole conversation as to why you have.
And they got to see your like dumb silhouettes and like your phone screen being like, look, it's my, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and then you're seeing fucking Nicole Kidman say like just like sexually telling me about the movie she's watching, and I'm not into it.
Dude,
that's why we went to a Regal theater. We didn't go to AMC. We're not trying to watch her go. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this, you know.
People go crazy for that part of the movie experience now. Like it's like a part of it.
It's
now.
So over the top, and apparently they're doing like a sequel to it. Hopefully they'll like make fun
amazing.
Of it or but
I hope it gets meta, dude. So I went to a silent movie, or like, you know, like those movies where you just like listen with like headphones or whatever in the city.
Yeah.
And like the movie's called Clueless, and I showed up to the movie late, and of course, like my friend is sitting all the way at the front, and I'm like, dude, why now I gotta walk through all these people and be like, I'm so sorry, I'm so dumb.
Yeah.
And I sit down. You know what the first thing I see is?
What?
It's fucking Ant-Man, dude. Paul Rudd, and I'm like, Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's in this movie. It's Clueless, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like waiting for like,
and he looks exactly the same.
Dude, exactly. And I'm like waiting for like the plot to like present itself, but I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? Like it felt like I was watching like a sitcom episode that just kept going, and I'm like, what was the point of that movie? I was like, am I clueless?
Yeah. Quick question
did this come full circle?
How much like in movie like for your whole entire life going to movie theaters have you had the instance where you just like have to pee, but you're in between like I can't go because I don't know if it's like ending or like how many times in general have you had like that instance where you're like, damn, I really got to piss in the middle of this movie?
The SpongeBob movie.
So
I didn't even have a seat. I sat down on the floor and just watched that thing.
I vividly remember watching the SpongeBob movie when it came out. My dad taking me, like vividly. Don't know why.
Dude, that theater was popping, dude. Like, and you could just see all the parents. Some of them were like just as excited to see this fucking movie.
Do you remember
they had watched so much SpongeBob?
Do you remember the scene at the end, or like in the middle, or something like that, where all the pirates are in the front of the movie theater watching the SpongeBob movie? And since I'm a kid and I'm stupid, or just stupid in general, I tried looking towards the front. I'm like, are they in this theater?
No, I definitely did that.
They're all crying, and I'm like, whoa, they're in here. Like this is like a performance art.
Damn, dude, you're just like, whoa, this is an experience right here, guys. No, but that I really believe that like every kid like our age like went to go see that movie in theaters, and it was like this whole thing.
Still the best SpongeBob movie. I don't know what kind of weird animation they're doing with these new ones. Like bring it back to the old days and just put them on an adventure or something, you know, Goofy Goober, keep it simple. I would recommend for this movie that when you go watch it, piss beforehand, because I forget if I did or didn't. I thought I did, but I was like nearing the end of this movie. Couldn't really tell if it was nearing the end. Really had to go, and then the credits hit, and I'm just like, "Is there a post credit scene?" Becca's like, "There's not a post credit scene." I'm like, "I have to piss."
You're like already gone.
Yeah, it's just like I have to go. Like, thank God I don't have to sit through these credits to go watch it.
And here my thing is like I pee like I want to say like every 45 minutes or so. Yeah. Like I just drink that much water, I guess, or something. Where I'm like, I like have this thing where like I have to know where the nearest bathroom is like at all times.
Yeah, I mean,
but except on an airplane, I refuse to go. There's this. I
will give Disney this though. If you do look anywhere, like side to side, left to right, have to piss, just comes up like, you know, like just out of nowhere after a ride. A lot of bathrooms are like you'll find a bathroom within 5 seconds. So shout out Disney for doing that because there's a lot of places that you think would be more conveniencing. Is that a word? More would be more convenienced with a bathroom like in close sight or like reachable, and they're
You mean
not.
the mall? The mall,
Literally.
dude.
Where even is the bathroom in malls? I don't think I've ever seen a bathroom in a mall. They're like hidden. They don't want you
It's
to
like
find it.
they usually have to go to like all the way to the food court, or you have to go to like another floor, or you have to go to like the other side of the mall.
Yeah, no, yeah, the limited bathrooms in the mall. Guys, get it together. If Disney can have all these bathrooms, you guys can at
And
least
that's why
have one
malls
out
are
in the open.
dying. That's why malls are dying.
You mean there's no mall rats these days? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, they like essentially banned them.
Did they really? Were you a mall rat?
Fuck no, I went to Catholic school. The
So
hell?
Becca said she was a little mall rat, I think.
No, dude, like it was weird having to explain to my mom that like the kids in town hung out without parental supervision. And she's like, "What do you mean you're gonna go skate with like these random people?" And I'm like, "I'm just gonna go skate." And she's like, "Is there gonna be a parent there?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be like in the street, mom. Like, what do you mean?"
Yeah.
And she's just like she like wasn't grasping the concept. And I remember she like had to drop me off and like see these kids, and I was like, "These are the people I just met. Like, we're gonna go skate."
Dude, I've had so many instances where I'm like, I'm gonna meet up with friends at the mall, and like I somehow like get a 20 from my parents or something that I had saved up, and I go, don't end up buying anything, and like 45 minutes later, I'm calling my dad saying, like, I think we're done here, and he's just like, no, I thought you were gonna be there for like 3 hours. I'm not driving.
He's like,
back
you're
there yet.
Staying there, like stay your ass there.
Yeah,
dude.
and that's when you find like one of those like random benches or seating areas outside like an Old Navy, and you're just like laying there watching Vine or TikToks, whatever you're doing. Like it was Vine at the time for me when I'm like waiting for my dad, just like scrolling on Vine and Twitter, just waiting for my dad to show up.
Like I remember, like I would like my mom wouldn't let me go to concerts by myself, so like she would like drop me off, wait for me to get into the concert. She would find the nearest like shopping center, just go shopping and just sit in the parking lot. And then she's like, you're out of the door at like it usually was like 9:30 or 10. She's like, doesn't matter if like they're in the middle of their set, like you're getting out of that venue. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, but now I just go to concerts by myself, guys. So
good for you. See, it all comes full circle.
Yeah.
I didn't go to my first concert, I don't think, because my memory doesn't go that far back. Maybe I have. I don't know. But I think my first concert was with Becca, like around the first year we were dating. At first they asked, it was Motley Crue's farewell tour, and I like declined. I'm like, I don't really feel like going. But you know, like looking back, I was like, oh man, that's the farewell tour. I should have gone. But now they're like still touring, so it didn't even matter anymore. But it did come full circle for that too, because my first concert ended up being Nikki Sixx's separate band. So I ended up seeing them at a smaller venue. So that was my first concert.
I think my first concert was it was a day to remember, Pierce the Veil, All Time Low, and I think Sleeping with Sirens. And it was on my birthday. I had turned 13 that day.
Becca's been going to concerts since she was like 4. I think she went to see like when the Foo Fighters would open for the Chili Peppers, or like vice versa. Like, you know, isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
I really like isn't it crazy how much hindsight you want to have for concerts like that? Like back, like you don't know if the band that may be opening, or like the solo artist that's opening for the band you're going to see, years down the line when they also blow up, you're gonna look back and be like, I just saw a twofer and it was worth every penny, knowing what I know now. So it's like I wish we could have that knowledge ahead of time to know that. That's why the concert when I also saw the Foo Fighters with Becca at MetLife Stadium years back, and Royal Blood was opening, and I thought it was dope, and that was well worth it.
Yo, for real?
Yeah,
they have a new album. Did you listen to the new song?
I listened to the new song. They're not catching me like they used to. Maybe I have to listen a little more. Are you into it?
No.
I'm talking about
feel like
the Royal Blood song, by the way, the one that they.
No, I listened to it, right, and like it. I read in an interview that they were trying to get back to like what they were doing before.
Please, like first and second album, give me that energy.
But like I was like reading about like why artists don't really try to do that anymore because they were just like, yo, like I gave you this whole thing already, and like that's like that moment. Like I can't just go back to that. You know what I mean?
It's fine if there's
Like,
different eras, but you have to kill it in every era you decide to switch in, and that's what a lot of
I
artists
didn't
do.
think it was like I didn't think it was a strong enough song to be like the first single off the album, which is like in theory would be like your best song or like your most radio friendly song or whatever,
Yes,
you
I
know.
agree.
And maybe it's just me because I like a certain taste in music or whatever. So like don't get me wrong, it does sound like Royal Blood, but I was just like, dude,
It's not catching me like it used to, bro. It's just not.
like
But
when like I remember the first single that came off their second album, like that one like kind of punches you in the face. You're like, oh, that was a good
like,
one
oh
or whatever.
shit. Yeah, it was like Lights Out, I think, right? To their
Yeah, and
second
then
album.
like in their third album, like they were like new sound. It's a little different, a little more groovy, and I
Yeah,
was
but it
like,
was
I can dig
fire
it.
because they put Trouble
I can
Coming
dig it.
out, and I'm just like, this is different, but it sounds dope. And then like
But so
the rest of
I
the
don't know what they're
bringing
trying
it.
to do with like this one or whatever. And also, I saw this video where he got like really mad on stage.
I was just gonna bring this up right before like we like break for a little bit, but yeah, they're getting shit because they went up on stage and I think they were put in like lineup that like I guess there was some like replacements or there was changes done, and so he was stuck there. I think from what I heard, he was stuck. They were stuck in between like Niall Horn and someone else, so the crowd wasn't like there
vibing to see
prepared
them.
for Royal Blood. So as soon as they weren't getting the vibes back, like he was just like, does anybody know like rock music or whatever? He's like, dope, 9 people. And it's like, can you guys back there like clap for us or something? And then they finish their last song and then he's like flipping them off and they're running off stage. And it's just like people were pissed at him about it. But it's just like, I guess I could see both sides of it. Because if you're not feeling the energy, it's like, why am I playing here? Or like try to like you could see it from the other side and be like, yo, you got like win the crowd over.
Well,
like if there's people who haven't
it
been there
was
to listen
like,
to
yeah.
me, give them a reason to go listen to you. If especially if you got
I
new
think it
music
was
coming
like
out.
I think it was like BBC like big weekend or big day out or something like that. So like they've like been around enough times where it's like every video of a concert I've seen them in at a festival, it's like everyone is like super into it. That people are, like know who they are, and it's just like the first time I've ever seen like a crowd being like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like if I took you to like one of my shows and you just be like, "Dude, like how do you listen to this? Like this is nuts."
Yeah, no, 100%. But I'm hoping, they're on the up and up there. And as you mentioned, the Foo Fighters before, I only listened to the first 4 songs off the album today as I was like falling asleep on the train. I have a playlist on my Spotify called First Listen. I go through all albums I feel like listening to and just save the ones like I automatically feel kind of hit
Connected
different.
to?
Yeah, and I put it in my first listen, and then I'll eventually go. Like they may not end up on the like songs playlist, but I'll go back and like listen to it and see if I'm still vibing to it. So I did that with this album. I'm not done with it yet, but that's what I've been doing, and it's not too bad. It's pretty good.
I don't know. I like songs on Spotify just because I know I'm gonna forget that I like that song, and then it'll just randomly come back on again. I'm like, wow, I love this song. But yeah, "Dog Days Are Over" by Florence and the Machine. We'll never listen to that song again
Hits.
under any circumstance.
Yeah, no, I think that's out of everybody's. It had the running up that hill circulation.
Yeah, I mean, like TikTok reminded me of that song. I remember I listened to that song, and then my dog died. So never again.
Ouch.
Yeah, I know, right? And I love that song.
God damn. So Pete Davidson's back in the news, bro. Have you been seeing what's going on? Are you all filled in?
I think I sent you that video or whatever, right?
You did, and
then,
I saw it prior to you sending it, but the more I'm listening to it, I should be listening to it more just to get the whole just trying to get the message, just to so I know, because I knew I was going to talk about it on the show today. Of I just wanted to get the whole message in here to talk about. So I didn't mind it, getting it again. But yeah, you did send it to me. What was your initial reaction? By the way, let me preface this whole thing. Pete Davidson's back in the news because he left a strongly worded voicemail to PETA because PETA put out something or they
put him on blast, bro.
They put him on blast for buying a dog instead of adopting. Because they say adopt, not shop. And
yeah, but okay.
He was pretty pissed about that, and rightfully so.
Bro, it's fucking PETA. I totally understand adopt, not shop, but the way they go about things is so crazy to me. And in the voicemail, Pete's just like, yo, my mom's dog died 2 weeks ago. He's allergic to he's severely allergic to dogs. He has to buy a specific breed. And I'm pretty sure you can't just find one to adopt like that. So
no.
And he was like, dude, get your facts right before you start like making up all these stories just to get like a couple clicks or whatever. And then he was like, fuck you.
Yo,
Like,
crazy. Crazy.
Yo, dude.
Fuck you and suck my dick. And then hung up. And then the voicemail lady goes, end of message. Like, that was crazy. It was like, damn, like the mic drop on that was crazy too. But everyone's on his side as they should be, because PETA, I feel like over the years has just been going over the top. Like they're just to give you like an example, I remember one year they just like were saying other ways to say certain sayings that are like more animal friendly. So they didn't like kill two birds with one stone or beating a dead horse, but it's just like there's other stuff to focus on. And like, what is us changing the way we're going to say things that have been being said for decades now? Is that going to save a horse? Is it going to save birds? I don't know. So that's just an example of how over the top they've been. And now on top of that, fast forward, they put Pete Davidson out there as the bad guy, and here they are getting shit for it. But I think PETA went from like a respectable, like they're doing things for the animals, to like now they have like an agenda against everybody that that
you can't win with
for this
them.
example. It's like it's not hurting anyone, man. Like. You have the option. It's an option for a reason.
It's what they want Pete Davidson to adopt a dog, but he's just going to be suffering the whole time. Like,
I guess so. And that was even more sad about the backstory there. But he's right though. It's like, do your fucking research. Like, just But it's just crazy how TMZ got a hold of it. So that means somebody at PETA, or I don't know who could have got a hold of it, ended up selling it to
Davidson
TMZ.
Just sends it himself. Like, oh, check this out.
Yeah. No. Yeah, imagine he did that by himself. But no, PETA, what the like? Just who cares, man? And like it's
that deep.
It's like, especially because like he's a celebrity too, and it's just like I don't know. I think PETA's like has never gotten to the point where I think they've ever like canceled anybody for doing that stuff. But I think they're going like down that route. Like, are they not? Like, why else would you put them on blast like that? Are you expecting are you putting your message out there? Or you're hoping people rally to cancel the dude for doing it? It's just like, what's your goal here? Like, are you advocating for animals, or are you just like trying to get the negative publicity that you've been getting? Because you're not respectable at the moment.
Dude, like, they just went about it the wrong way. Like, they could have just shot Pete Davidson like a DM and like, yo, like, why'd you buy a dog? We're just curious, no hate or anything.
Yeah, but they need something to talk about, like like that.
Yeah, they've been out of the news for a little bit, so maybe they were just like, what can we do to get back in there? But like, I don't know. Anyway,
why single him out specifically? Like, who did find out that he ended up buying a specific dog and like threw that out there? Like, who's the one that found out about it? Like, there's plenty of like
TMZ
celebrities and normal people that
dude.
are purchasing dogs left and right. People getting new puppies on Christmas. You're gonna roast everybody that gets a new puppy on Christmas that's like half yapping in a box, and it's like, what's that cute thing? Like, and like you want to open it, and then there's a brand new ass dog. Are you gonna like ridicule those people too, or are you gonna let people enjoy Christmas? Just saying.
They probably have like a statement, because they're probably going to be like, yo, think about all the puppies that are about to like end up at the shelter.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, come on, man. But speaking of Pete Davidson, I was listening to the new MGK song. By the way, it's pretty good. He's rapping now. And
he's rapping again.
Yeah, Pete Davidson is like randomly in it, and I'm like, oh, forgot they're friends. Man.
Like, did he just like say something at the end, or did like?
No. He's just like he's in a couple clips or whatever, and they're just like, like you're just like kind of vibing to the song or whatever, like just bopping your head. It's like one of those things, and I'm like, that's so funny because it's Pete Davidson. Then they're just like friends.
I was like a bigger MGK guy back in the day, just because he made like Wild Boy, and that like song took me through like 3 years, and it just like never got old. But then then I saw he was in like a movie or two, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's MGK. Because then he was like branching off doing that, but then he kind of did the whole switch genre beef with Eminem, and I'm just like, I'm not into this anymore. So
yeah, he's like just doing his own thing, I guess. But I'm like, I like the song. It made it into my playlist.
Yeah. Well, it would be funny with the Pete Davidson thing if like I made an album and he like I just had like 3 skits in there and he was part of those skits. I think that would be fun.
Oh, Pete Davidson is in his, I think he's in his punk rock albums. He's in him.
Oh, really?
Like
for sure.
He like he calls him and he's like, yo, like do some alien noises or something like that real quick.
Yeah, I don't think when we last spoke, he's no longer with Megan Fox anymore.
I thought they were trying to work it out.
I thought so. I we did speak about that on this show, but I think fairly recently it was like an official split.
Oh, they got like statements. They have like their PR team saying stuff.
I guess so. But like, I
You
feel
know,
like people like don't. You know what's crazy? If there was like, it's almost. I always wonder how like breakups in Hollywood like work and how like certain source like who gets the source and how do you put it out so specifically like the Taylor Swift Maddie Healy thing. It's like they have broken up.
they broke
And
up too.
no, but not only were they broke up, it was like first of all, it's crazy to even find out how do you even know they broke up because they only dated for like what, a month? Like I think the last we spoke, they started dating and now we're speaking and they're not dating. Like that's how quick
go on
it went.
vacation.
Yeah, go on vacation once and then the world's upside down. But no, on top of that, they had broken up. Reason being because they were just like she wasn't looking for anything serious. She was just having fun or whatever. I'm like, where did you find that? Like, if she didn't say this directly, how do you know that?
She didn't. She no, you know damn well she really didn't. And like that's just her publicist just writing something up. She probably got that from TikTok. But like, I will say, speaking on Taylor Swift, I don't have any more beef with Taylor Swift. Like, I think her music's actually really cool.
I feel like you're teeter tottering here.
I go back and forth, dude. Yeah, like so. My friend, he's like one of the, like he loves Taylor Swift, like huge fan, and we're watching like we're trying to get tickets to to her show in MetLife, and I'm like, dude, I don't listen to Taylor Swift. He's like, doesn't matter, you're coming, and I'm like, okay, bro. So that ends up not happening because like scammers or whatever. Like this dude was willing to drop like crazy amounts of money for us to go to this thing, and I'm like, holy crap!
3 months salary. Like I'll just put it right on this concert.
Yeah, we're like watching the live stream, and he's like, Matt, you got to listen to this one song. I think it's called like Clean or whatever. And she like played it on the piano, and I was like, it's a pretty good song. I like this. I was like, cool. I
want to bring something up to you because this could relate to you in terms of other artists as well. But there was a specific question asked on this Barstool podcast that I watched a clip of on TikTok, and there was this girl who works there, and she's like obsessed with Taylor Swift, obviously, and so she writes a bunch of blog articles about her. And she was on the show, and there was like guys who were asking. They said, "Would you rather like go to this concert or get $10 million?" And she was like, "No, I'm going to this concert." It's just like it's like life changing, especially this tour. I'm going to that, and everyone's like, "It's $10 million." And she's like, "No, I need to see this concert. There's no way I'm not seeing it." She's like, "The experience is enough for me," and I'm just like, "Dude, give me 10 million right now."
I'll say like the Taylor Swift.
I'll pay for her to play for me privately in my backyard.
Yeah, you're not getting her for 10 mil. I can tell you that, dude. She's probably gonna charge you more.
Not at all. I'm going to try and find the logistics of the thing. I'm going to see if it is 10 million because now you're thinking logistically, and you're just like maybe it takes a little more than 10 million for her to play privately for you. So I'm going to double check what the exact number is. But either way, 10 million.
I don't even think you can buy a feature from Taylor Swift to be on your song.
But is there an artist like that you love so much to the point where you're just like I need to see the experience of their concert because they put on such a show over this much money? Because people always factor into the concert thing when people like hold their phones and stuff like that, and it's just like money will come back, time won't. I don't know why we only speak about that when it's a concert, but I don't know if you have any artists like that you feel that type of
not an artist, but I will say like I would pay any amount of money to go to Warped Tour because I never got to go, and I'm so bummed. And it's done now, but I would pay like absurd amounts of money now for like the Warped Tour experience, like in a parking lot, summer's just beating on you, you're all like super sweaty, like going to the monster stage or whatever, or I will say my old roommate's band, I would pay them 10 million just to put on one more show.
Yeah.
So they can play my favorite song on earth one more time.
Yeah. No, exactly. But never.
Distance by Baseline, by the way, guys, go stream it up.
I don't think I would ever have an artist I would feel that some type of way about. And I get it because she's like one of the most streamed artists in the world. Same thing with like Bad Bunny or whatever. And it's just crazy, by the way. You ever like peep like monthly listeners on Spotify?
They got crazy numbers, dude.
She has like 80 million. And then I don't even know where Bad Bunny is at. He's got to be more than that because he's international.
It's crazy, like Bad Bunny's numbers, and I don't really listen to Bad Bunny, but like
74 million. So she's ahead of it.
He came out more recently. Also, he's a wrestler now. Like I'm like, dude's just living life, dude.
Yeah,
now he's pretty good. But
killing the game.
But like, what's so crazy to me with like Taylor Swift is like, I still can't wrap my head around how she does those numbers. Because in my head, it was never Taylor Swift coming up. It was just like Taylor Swift is like up there. She's been up there. You know what I mean?
No, it surpassed all like I obviously you still have all like the white girls that adore her, but it surpassed that and it's gotten to every single person ever. And it's just it's just ignited.
Oh, dude,
gotten to where it's got to go. So
I saw this TikTok where this guy DM'd this girl and he goes like, "Yo, like what are you doing tonight? Blah blah blah. Like you want to hang out or whatever. Blah blah blah." And she's like, she gives him like some like really messed up answer, right? And then he goes, "Oh, like I was gonna ask you want to go to the Taylor Swift concert, but like I'll just go with my mom instead." And she responds like instantly, like, wait. And he's like, "No, it's too late. Like I'm taking my mom." And then the video cuts and he's like, "And that's how you get them. That's how they make you. That's how you get them to regret not going out with you."
Yeah,
you fucking dangle Taylor Swift tickets in front of them. He's like, "I don't have Taylor Swift tickets, but the fact that they think that I did and I was gonna take them is gonna haunt them for life or something." Like, I'm like, that's messed up, dude.
Yeah,
that's like diabolical, like mind games right there.
Yeah, just taking over the world. I don't think those people realize, like people like her, Beyonce, and Bad Bunny, how much like of a grip they have on life. Like you have so much power, and you don't even know it.
Like if they told their fans to go like vote for something,
they would. Yeah,
they're that thing is passing for sure.
Yeah, they're like if she's like, I'm putting my name on the independent ballot for 2024. I
bet Taylor Swift gets a lot of.
If Harambe can get some numbers, by the way, rest in peace, because the anniversary was like a couple weeks ago or something like that.
Damn, R.I.P. Harambe.
Yeah, R.I.P. Harambe. He did some numbers, so imagine like someone like that did it. Not like Kanye, because obviously he says some wild shit. But I'm saying somebody just like in general that everybody adores, how much of that caliber, how much numbers they would get.
Oh, dude, I bet people do vote Taylor Swift in.
That's what I'm saying.
Right, like if she was really serious about it, like she's got the money too. She's like, come to my rally. Money. It's just a concert, bro.
got the money. Come to my rally. Yeah, it's just a concert.
It's just a concert,
and that's enough. And it's just like you got, yeah, no, for sure. And you just know for a fact people rally around that. They don't care. Dude, The Rock he may run for president one day. Fucking Rock.
I wouldn't vote for him.
Yeah.
Well, he's just going to be The Rock in office. Like, like he does the same. All his movies. Like, I'm like, what are you gonna just leave us again? Like, you're just gonna dip out when you want?
Yeah, that dude has been making the news in like the worst way over the past year, I would say, because like the new Fast and Furious movie came out and he ended up being in it again, but apparently he had beef with Vin Diesel over the years about the movie, and so.
Oh, he's in it.
He came back. Yeah. I think he can.
Man. Dude, I saw this video where like the dude, I don't remember his name, that plays it's Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel's the one that plays Dominic Toretto. Yeah. He's like, don't be surprised if you see like a Toretto spin-off, and I'm like, please stop making these movies.
Bro, I saw a reply to that video that he made talking about that, and it's like, dude, a spin-off about the main characters is something I've never seen before in my life. They got to stop making these Fast and Furious movies. And bro, it's never a surprise when you go look and see as to why they keep making them. I know nobody's asking for them, but it's a moneymaker. All those guys are getting paid. Everybody.
Dude, because it's like, money. Like they just dropped the trailer. I'm like, oh, fuck, I have to go see this. Like I put too much time into these movies. Like I have to finish it now.
I haven't seen one. And I'm proud of it.
What?
That I haven't seen a Fast and Furious movie ever. I've never sat through a full one, nothing.
Not even Tokyo Drift, the best one they've ever made?
Nope.
Oh my God.
I know the song, but I can care less.
Damn, bro.
That's all I need to take out of that movie, no? Like, I don't see anybody talking on the street talking about, Tokyo Drift was dope in that one scene. No, we're just like, everybody's just singing the song.
Dude, I remember I got into a heated debate about why Tokyo Drift was so good.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I was like, come on, bro. Like, you leave that movie feeling pretty fucking cool, don't you? And he's like, yeah, but like, what's the point of that? And I'm like, what do you want in the movie? It was a whole thing, but
still, the best title of all time has to be Too Fast, Too Furious with the number 2. Might be the best title for a movie ever.
Do you think when they came up with that, like in the meeting, they were all like fucking screaming, like jumping on the tables, like
holy shit?
They're like, we cracked the code. It's like finding like Noah's Ark or some crap like that. That like the Fountain of Youth. They're like, we did it.
Yeah, they were just like the guy who made it up.
They were like, we don't have to make another one.
He put it up on the whiteboard, and they're all just like, "Let me suck you," like like I'll suck your dick right now.
They're like, you're the CEO now, man. You're the guy.
You're the COO, CFO, CEO, whatever. How many letters you want to get? Too Fast, Too Furious? Come on. That was gangster.
Forget about it.
No, enough with the fast movies. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care that I haven't watched one. No.
I really can't believe you haven't watched a single one.
Not a single one.
That really blows my mind.
Never ran into
you
it.
never just randomly just watched it on like Spike TV as a kid.
Never even on like cable. No, nothing. Again, I'd probably flip the channel after like watching it for 10 minutes. Didn't care.
What's so funny to me? I was so obsessed with those movies and just never got my license until recently.
Yeah, dude, I remember when like Fast 7 came out. That was the one with right after Paul Walker passed away. And I remember seeing videos of people like leaving the movie theater going, like burning out their tires like in the parking lot of AMC. And I'm just like, damn, like how much of an emotional impact is this having on everybody?
It was just like, yo, I'm a car guy now.
Yeah. And anybody who loves cars nowadays, I think from those movies is where you stemmed your love for cars. If there's people out there that are just like obsessed with souping up their cars every like 5 seconds, which I get it, the fascination for cars, but I'll never understand like people that make their pages like, yo, it's James Blake. I drive a Ford Mark X 340, and then all their pictures, it's just that, and I'm just
it's just their car from different angles.
Like, what? Dude,
like I saw this video where he's like,
do what you want, but I'm not into it.
He's like, this is like my Honda, right? It's like a 1977 or 1997. He's like, yeah, I paid like $2,000 for it. And then he's going over every upgrade he did to this car. And it's like more than like 10K at this point. And I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? What is the point in that?
Yeah. And then like they're making like their tires like slanted.
Stanced.
Yeah, stanced. That's what it is. Sorry.
You can't go over train tracks with that, dude.
No, you can't.
Like, I do like cars, but like, I have like the most basic car, I feel like. And I'm just like, I don't care.
So do I. And I told you I just got rid of my car. I just gave it back to my parents because I just take the train every day. Don't need it. Don't need the hassle.
Dude.
Speaking of, I guess you could say like technology. This is a weird way to transition. But the last thing I wanted to talk about is this whole Apple thing. Have you been caught up on what Apple's been announcing this past week?
Yeah, dude, you don't answer one of my FaceTimes, you're gonna see some weird shit.
Oh my god, I forgot about that too. But let's start from scratch. So Apple announces on the Apple Vision Pro, which is like an AR VR headset. I think it's mostly AR. And they announced the price to be $3,500. And it's a whole thing where you put this headset on and you literally could access your apps, go on the internet, like just like interact and stuff like that. This is like, remember when the Google Glass came out and people thought this was gonna like take over the world and ended up sucking? I think this is like the real deal. But for $3,500 to do that stuff, I think I'm good. But we're slowly but surely heading towards Black Mirror type stuff. And I think everyone's just embracing it at this point, especially in the industry. They're just like, you know what? That is pretty fire.
Dude, I'm pretty sure we're already there, man.
Yeah. I mean, we're putting these headsets on and we're like interacting with life entirely. Like you could use like your hands to like click apps. Like it follows your eyes. So if like you have like your whole grid map of apps and you're looking at the bottom right, it'll see your eyes move to the bottom right and it'll like have it like ready to select. And you could like press it with your finger. And I'm like, that's crazy. But with the way Black Mirror is, they just put like a little circle on the side of their head and it like opens everything up. So we're heading in that direction. Right now, we just have a big headset to put on and we look kind of stupid. But that's where we're headed, 100%.
Dude, imagine just some dude on an airplane just freaking posted up with those things.
Yeah, right?
Like, bro. Like,
yeah, he's sitting there scrolling through Twitter like this. Like Wi-Fi.
Just totally elbowing the person next to him.
Wi-Fi is pretty shitty. I pay $10 for it. It's like, how do I get a refund? Do I go on United.com? Like that's what they're doing.
Dude, like sometimes I feel like we're doing too much, but that's like the thing with technology. Like it's inevitable that someone's gonna try to invent something like that. Like they're always gonna try to push it.
It's just gonna be one of those things where you put it in the wrong hands and it's over. Same with the whole AI situation. Not to bring that into convo again, but yeah, so Apple announces that. To be honest with you, that's like well, here's what I was getting at. Have you ever used like a VR headset before? Have you ever played like games on a VR headset? Something that looked like real, like the ones where you're like holding the controller,
No,
like
dude,
an
'cause,
Oculus.
like, not really. No, I
No, I
just
don't know
never
anybody that
liked
has
it.
it, and I've never like put it on like to try. Like I don't have anybody I know that has it where I'd be able to like put it on and be like, oh, I get it now. Like I've never had that.
Well, so like my old roommate had one, and my first thought was, I was like, the second he puts this on, like we're gonna fuck with him. Like it wasn't like me going like, I want to try knife. I was like, let's mess with him now.
Yeah.
It's so messed up.
Favorite video on the internet though is when somebody's like in this VR game and they have the headset on and it's like a 5-second video and he's like on top of this building and he like jumped, but he like actually jumps like into the TV.
See, that's the other thing, because like you're still in the real world. Like it's not like in cartoons where like you kind of just post stuff and you're not moving, but you're moving in the digital world or whatever. Like, yo, if you swing your controller, you're gonna put a hole in the wall.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so like you mentioned before, they also announced a new feature where you could leave FaceTime voice messages, or just FaceTime messages in general when somebody doesn't pick up. So we're gonna be seeing some funny memes from people that aren't answering, and we're already seeing it. Just people thinking like, this is what I'm gonna be posted up doing when somebody doesn't answer me.
Dude, just by the way, audience, Eric's 0 for 2 for when I call him, and he just doesn't answer.
Dude, you know how I know I'm so awful? Is that I put it because I was watching Succession and I put the phone in my pocket, and the phone's like never in my pocket. It's always like nearby, and I'll see like the screen light up if like I don't have the sound on, which 99% of the time I don't. I pick up the phone, usually like off by like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. It said 16 minutes. I missed your call. It could have been life or death, and I missed it. 15 minutes. I'm an awful person, and I apologize.
Dude, what's even funnier is I texted Eric earlier. I was like, "Can I call later?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"I get home after 5." And I'm like, "All right, cool. Like, I'll give you an hour to like chill, and then I'll call you."
Well, I was in my own schedule because I got home and I was like catching up on like stuff to do around the apartment, and then I had to edit around like 7. Was going to do that and then watch TV. So it was like a whole schedule in my brain. I'm just like, I have an opening before I work. Like, can we call now? And then put the phone down. Totally miss it.
Damn, yo.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm a bad person. Like that makes me wonder, like if it's a life or death situation, why one phone call, I'm calling Eric, I'm in jail, I need to get out. You wouldn't call me. But if I'm in that option, I'm a douchebag that won't pick it up because I miss it by 15 minutes.
My old emergency contact, he's even worse. He has his phone on Do Not Disturb all the time, right?
I already told you I hate that, by the way. When I'm messaging someone, it's like, this person has Do Not Disturb on. And they're just like, you want to notify anyway? Yeah, notify him anyway. Piece of shit. And I hope Apple comes out with a new feature where I could like physically, I could leave a FaceTime message saying, yo, fuck you for having your Do Not Disturb.
You're just like hanging on for dear life.
How busy are you?
Dude, so like, you would always go on Do Not Disturb. So I like have to, whenever I like would fill out my contact information, I was like, here's my emergency contact. And I was like, I have to like write in big bold letters, like, he has Do Not Disturb on, call him twice. Like he will not answer the first time. And I'm just like, I feel so stupid. Like, why is this guy my emergency contact here?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he's like, dude, I solved it. Like, you're in my favorites now. So you'll just go through like right away. And I'm like, okay, man, you say so.
Do you remember speed dialing, bro?
Dude, I could never figure that out as a kid.
I did by myself. All you have to do is put the number in, and then you hold the number 1, and it'll save that number to that number. And I remember I had a Motorola Razr, and one time, this is just to bring this full circle, I was on my way home, had to piss. I was blocks and blocks away. So I'm running, I'm holding like a soda in my hand, and this is just so happened to be the first day I felt like, hey, I'm going to use the phone like side belt thing, like where I just like
the holster.
So I'm running, flies out, and I can't find my phone, and then I find out this local liquor store ended up having it, and I went back in there and grabbed it, and I opened it, and the screen was just like white and black from all like the oil and shit from the explosion, but you could still type and call and stuff like that. So I'm like, luckily I had everybody on speed dial, so if I needed to call mom, dad, 1 2 3, I was set. But I wasn't making no texts, I was just getting phone calls.
You like leave me a voice message?
Yeah, well, I can't even open the voice message. And since we were always like toying with our phones, I knew where everything was. So if I clicked like the call button, I would go to like latest called, and like I would just like know in my head where to go. Very Daredevil like, if you ask me. I'm the daredevil of Motorola razors.
Dude, I was so bad with phones as a kid. Like, I never grasped the importance of having a phone, so I just would leave that thing everywhere. Like, it would get stolen all the time. It would get fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Like, for a while, Mom was like, "You're not getting a new phone. Like, you can get a new phone when you can afford one." And I'm like, "All right, Mom." And I've dropped it in toilets before. Like, dude, it's a menace with a phone.
Thank God I've never dropped my phone in a toilet. I'll never have to have that on my conscience. It's always been from dropping it or just old use or in need of an upgrade. By the way, this just Tom Holland says he's taking a year-long break from acting. His new show currently has like a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like him and Amanda Seyfried. Dude's definitely
what show is it?
Definitely gonna be looking for a new agent. It just came out on Apple TV. It's The Crowded Room. Not good ratings, so you could tell he's like, I have to reevaluate. I'm a huge star. I'm Spider-Man. I could be in some good freaking ass movies, and his agent only gets him like 50%. I think he has to hire Haley Steinfeld's agent because every movie she's in always has a good Rotten Tomatoes score. So I think he should definitely look into that.
Dude, imagine being Spider-Man and just getting torn apart by critics over like something that's really not in your control.
I like how everybody likes his Spider-Man movies, you know, depending on who you speak to, and then all his other movies are shit, as opposed to my Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, getting shit for his second movie, and then everything.
How
else
is Andrew Garfield your
insane,
Spider-Man?
because he's the man.
What about Tobey Maguire? We're just gonna forget about him?
No, but I can. I can have my own opinion on this. I like Andrew Garfield a lot, and he's a great actor after that. Like, I've seen stuff he's in after the fact, and he's been.
Oh, he's a great actor. He's for sure a great actor. But
Toby, what's he doing? He's just getting back in the scene now after being in Babylon. Right back on the scene, going back in that Spider-Man movie. Probably opened up some doors for him. What was he doing prior to that? He was in the Boss Baby movie.
Shut up, he was?
Yeah, he was. And there's an interview of him, like, they were asking him questions, and then he said he's a boss who's a baby. Like he was doing like the most vague answers.
He was like, yo, my agent is the one that made me do this. Like, I don't know, man.
No, Andrew Garfield's the man. He just had that swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know like Tobey Maguire had the original movie, so everyone has like the nostalgia factor, but looking at like just the amount of swag and like pure acting ability, he was the man. For sure.
Is this going to turn into like an... Can we do a thing about just Andrew Garfield movies now?
We can. I've seen a good amount of them. Hacksaw Ridge in particular.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Dude, when I watch Hacksaw Ridge, I'm like, if this is nominated for Best Picture, this is like, I don't watch Oscars that much. I'm throwing on that Oscars and I'm hoping to God they win Best Picture. They ended up winning like good audio visual effects or something like that. That's what they ended up winning, but not Best Picture that year. But I was really hoping for that.
Okay, Andrew Garfield or Jake Gyllenhaal?
Fuck, I'm gonna say based off resume alone, it's got to be Jake. But I think Andrew's on his way, bro. I think he's on his way.
What's he in now? What's he doing recently?
He just did a recent like TV show I heard was pretty good. He's gonna be in this new movie with Florence Pugh, and he's dressed up like an English teacher, and everyone's just like, "Oh shit, funny. He's in his bag."
Isn't he English actually?
Like he's British, mate.
He just has like a normal American accent in these movies.
Yeah, I know. Good American accent.
Dude, I want to know what it is for like people from other countries to like learn how to do an American accent and just be like, man, these dudes sound so stupid.
I don't think it's hard because sometimes I'll hear them flip, and when they speak in an American accent, like it sounds fine. So I wonder if like us speaking to anybody from like London or something like that, if we did our British accent,
they would hate us.
Would they think it's good?
No, probably not. I remember in college, if I was like kind of like drunk, I would start doing an Australian accent, and it's kind of stuck now where like when I say hi to people, like, I'm like, oh, what's up, mate, or whatever, and they're just like, they kind of look at me for a second like, what the hell did you just say to me, dude?
I go directly to Italian. I'm just straight up mob boss.
Oh
Italian.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah, like sometimes I whip out the Trump, but I'm right to Tony Soprano right away when I'm drunk. I'm like, how you doing? Like the whole nine. You know.
You know where that's from? The whole nine?
The whole 9 yards? Where's that from?
So like back in the day, like airplanes would have like machine guns like with them, right? And the machine gun clip would be 9 yards. So if you unloaded a clip into something, that means you gave them the whole nine.
Damn, Hacksaw Ridge. Damn, that might be the title of this episode. The whole 9.
There you go. Look at
Easy
that.
enough for me. I can get this posted ASAP.
Write that down.
Titling sucks. For this show, I don't have to do crazy ass editing because we're just going back and forth, and there's like nothing crazy we ever say I'll have to cut out because it's just all normal stuff. But like making a title kills me.
Don't you have like some? I made some posts for you lined up, so you don't even have to do any of the work.
Not really.
You just got to do it. You just got to hit post.
I just got to make some clips for this show. I think we got some clip worthy stuff here, so I'm gonna have to just do it. It's just like I mentioned this before. I do this for a living, so when I come home and have to do it for my own stuff, it's just I don't wanna. I just want to watch Succession with Becca and go to bed. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine? Yeah.
We're on the beginning of Succession. I know it just ended, but we're watching from scratch.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. Ted Lasso just ended too.
It's like all like the 3 TV shows that everyone's watching, like all kind of ended at the same time. Ted Lasso, Succession, and
what was the third
Bill Hader is in the other one. I can't remember the name of that one. Barry. That's crazy. They all just ended at the same time.
Yeah, but the only difference is actually I haven't read enough about the Ted Lasso thing. I thought like the ending was fine, but that just felt like a show you kind of felt empty at the end because like they could have kept going. I heard Succession is like they tied that in a nice little bow, and then I heard Barry like the whole show was like goated to people, but then the last season kind of fell off for them, which is like what show these days like have a good last season at this point? People can't watch the last season of Game of Thrones, How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, Game of Thrones
the last
was so
episode
bad.
of Seinfeld, everybody hates.
Well, like the thing with Game of Thrones is like they rushed it, and like it's not even like the books were done. Like they had so much more they could have done. Didn't the show writers leave to go do Star Wars or some shit like that?
I don't even know. But now show writers are leaving to go on the picket line, bro.
Yeah, they're on strike.
I don't think we spoke about the writer's strike. That thing's crazy too. You're seeing like
is it still going
on? Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, like a lot of movies are like delayed now. So
yeah, I remember seeing like the Imagine Dragons dude like doing like a live concert like in the middle of the picket line. Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr. Krabs is in there. That's not a picket sign. This is a picket sign. No, but apparently they're delaying a bunch of stuff, and I saw Deadpool is officially like filming, but I saw that Ryan Reynolds is like banned from like improvising on that movie because there's a writer's strike or something like that. I don't know how both.
Wait, so why wouldn't he be allowed to improv?
I don't know. I guess it comes back to writing credits and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet they had like a set writer, so I don't think he could like. I don't know.
Do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, that whole
because I know like
is nuts.
Sometimes like
they think AI is gonna write scripts. Fucking like relax.
Yeah, because I remember like you've ever noticed like some seasons are really bad on TV shows. It's because there's a writer's strike going on, or like why movies were so bad, or they felt rushed, or whatever. Like
or they got rid of one of like the couple writers in their writers' room and like made a switch or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good spot to wrap up, bro. Unless there's anything else you got to add here.
Nah, like that's about it for me, dude. I didn't even know we were gonna get this far.
Yeah, I know, me neither. I think this is a good spot to wrap up. That's just great. Eric and Matt, make sure to follow us on Twitter, like I mentioned before, my personal Twitter. But if you want to follow the Twitter page for the show, it's That's Just Great Pod. TikTok, That's Just Great. I think it's just That's Just Great Pod on TikTok as well. Instagram is TJG Pod. That's the one that differentiates. If you want to go up on there, you can see Matt's dope designs from when we put out a show to promote it, let you know when the new episode comes out. You also get clips on both of those as well, TikTok and Instagram. And make sure to leave a rating review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. And obviously the best thing you can do for us right now is if you are listening, tell a friend. And spread the word, bro. That's all we want. We like when you hang out with us.
Road trip.
Anyway, stay safe in this fiery air, and do what you got to do. Stay safe out there.
Stay safe, y'all. Take care of yourself.
All right, peace.